What's up? Welcome back to Nowstalgia. Dave here with a review of Doses, the second solo album from Meechy Darko. Of course, Meechy Darko, famous as one third of New York rap trio Flatbush Zombies. I've been a huge fan of Flatbush Zombies for, over 10 years, 13 years at this point. Been a big fan of Meechy as well as a member of the group, and also his solo work. His debut solo album, Gothic Luxury, came out just a little over a year ago, which we reviewed here. And I think Meechy has always stood out, kind of obviously, but he's always stood out for a very distinct, recognizable voice. Meechy Darko has a gravelly darkness, deepness to the way he raps, just the way he speaks in general, that makes it very memorable. He really stands out. On top of that, of course, he's been a great rapper this whole time. Flatbush Zombies, never a mainstream rap group, but an incredibly successful one for so long. Part of the Beast Coast lineage. Been a huge fan of them, seen them live several times. And I think this period we've been in now, where the last Flatbush Zombies project we got was the EP in 2020, last album was back in 2018. Since that EP, we got solo work from the guys. Zombie Juice released a solo album earlier this year, which I thought was alright. This is now Meechy's second solo album. And Eric the Architect's been working with a lot of different people, featuring, but also doing production work, behind the scenes work with others. And, kind of obvious with most groups, but Flatbush Zombies is just better together. I hope that the guys feel creatively fulfilled and satisfied with this time apart. And they've definitely been working, all of them. And as much as there's things to appreciate about the solo work, I do hope that eventually we do get them returning to make new music as Flatbush Zombies. We can probably hold out hope for that with Flatbush Zombies releasing their Better Off Dead mixtape on streaming for the 10-year anniversary earlier this year, going on tour for the Better Off Dead and a 10-year anniversary tour later this fall. So they're all on good terms, so we can hope. But yeah, Meechy Darko's Doses, this is not a full-length album the way Gothic Luxury is. This is only 9 songs and 24 minutes. And, conceptually, the 9 songs they all have a title, and then kind of in quotes, tab number 1, tab number 2, etc. The quote-unquote doses, if you will. And despite all that, I don't know if it has necessarily a clear through line in terms of the music from there, but I guess it's fun enough the way to structure it, you could say. Gothic Luxury, Meechy was much more personal, much more dark, talking, I think, quite introspectively, about losing his dad, and despite the fact that he had never been close with his dad until quite recently, and how he felt about that, and, Meechy not afraid to speak about his opinions on greater society and things of that nature. Definitely a lot to compel you about Gothic Luxury overall. Doses, by design, much shorter stay. Tab 1, I thought this is Doses. This is one where kind of reminds me of some of the other songs on Gothic Luxury, but not nearly as deep. Kind of surface level, Illuminati, Third Eye stuff. I don't know. I never fully get on board with that kind of stuff. But Tab 2 I thought was pretty cool. 360-degree Resurrection, just because that's Meechy kind of rapping with more melodic flow. It's a bit different than what you expect from him normally. Tab 4, Know Thyself Paranoia. I didn't really recognize Nick Caution on this. Definitely didn't sound like himself. Nick Caution, of course, of Pro Era, of Beast Coast, a collaborator of Meechy in the past. Didn't quite pick up on that sounding like Nick at first listen. Tab 5, The Slaughter. This is my favorite one. This is fire. Meechy just spitting. Sounds really great. He's so good. Stuff like this. Tab 6, Hallelujah. This one stood out to me just because I thought the whole PC, what I said is not PC, blah blah blah, few set of bars in that song, it just sounds so lame to me. Just saying that you're not PC just to say it, boring. It's old hat, it's hacky. It's so lame when people do that. And he did, it's not even most of the song, but just throwaway bars to me. That stood out. Tab 7, Last Night, parentheses, Confessions of a Pussyholic. I gotta say, the sex rap stuff was a bit TMI. I don't know if this is necessarily Meechy's bag. It's just kind of really quite graphic and kind of hard to listen to be honest. And yeah, tab 8, tab 9 kind of faded out for me. But yeah, for a short listen, you're a big Meechy Darko fan, I'm sure you'll find things to like. But I think Meechy has better days ahead, I think, as a soloist and also, of course, as part of the group. So hopefully, Flatbush Zombies, we get something from them soon. Be interesting if we get an Eric solo album as well. It's been a little bit since he's released any full lengths. Um, so yeah, Flatbush Zombies. I'm trying to see them for the Better Off Dead anniversary tour later this year, which I believe is pretty much sold out everywhere already. So they're such a successful group together, and I think they know that. So, like I said, hopefully they have felt fulfilled in this time apart, and eventually we'll be able to come back together for something new, because I think all their fans will be very happy about that. Let me know, how did you feel about Meechy Darko's second solo album, Doses? And for more rap reviews, subscribe, and I'll see you next time.